justice from...
All right, so we're here at the West Coast premiere of Batman Bad Blood, and I'm wondering if the one question I'm starting off with everyone is basically what's the standout for this film? There's been a lot of DC animated films involving these characters. What do you think makes this one stand out from the pack?
I mean, I think it's interesting. In the last few films, the action sequences have ramped up so much. If you follow MMA at all, you're seeing a lot of MMA techniques, a lot of Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Batman versus Robin, when the two of them were fighting, I was impressed with the realism of the fights. In this one, you actually get to see some of the characters that don't normally fight each other mix it up a little bit, which is pretty interesting. And in this one, you get to see really the expanded family of the Batman universe, which I think is pretty special to see.
Definitely. I mean, there was a real focus in this film when I watched it on bringing this extended Bat family together, and that seems to be almost one of the goals of this film. Would you agree?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, you think of Batman in a traditional sense. He's very much a loner, very mysterious, unless you're taking Robin into consideration, which is kind of the only other mainstay. But in this case, you're seeing sort of the family of Batman and the effect I think he has, not just on Gotham City, but on the other people in that city that really want to do right, and what his influence is outside of his known world. It's almost an unintentional influence that he has, and it's grown quite a bit from when I was a kid in the '80s. It's like now the whole Batman crew it's like a posse.
Sure.
It shouldn't be called Batman Posse.
They've got a whole gang there. Yeah,
right.
Yeah. And you were mentioning, I mean, the combat and the edge, I guess, to this kind of film.
Right.
It's grown. This film clearly has some more violence in it, some harsh language, some darker subjects.
Right.
Do you think that this helps these films appeal to a larger audience beyond just children?
I think so. I mean, I think it keeps it really fresh too. You get away from some of the traditional storytelling. You keep it engaging. It's super interesting. There's no BAMF flying in on ropes, smoke bombs. I mean, the elements are still in there, but it's real nitty gritty. It's danger close type scenarios. They're taking as much damage as they're giving out, which is what happens in a real fight. And I think it makes the characters more vulnerable as well. You see Batman in several of these encounters having the possibility of losing something that's important to him, and I think that kind of raises the intensity level and the stakes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you really want to tease fans out there about why they should check out this film?
I'm just saying, the Heretic wears Batman's cowl. He's a little taller than Bats himself and a lot more muscly. And I think if you watch the film, you'll notice that he comes out of most encounters undefeated. I'm just saying. I don't want to say he's the Rocky Marciano of the DC world, but he might be. I'm just saying.
I almost had the feeling, given some of the similarities, it's almost like he and the Christopher Nolan Bane went to the same high school or something, hung out a little bit.
Yeah, I think they might have been on the wrestling team, maybe suspended at the same time. Yeah. They were detention buddies.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for us, and definitely enjoy the rest of the evening.
My pleasure. Thank you, man.
Thank you.